Hello, this is Nancy Dowling from Love and Breath, and this recording is an outline of what to expect when you are doing an emotional release breathwork session with me. So please listen to this before you attend one of my breathwork sessions or before listening to one of my guided breathwork sessions online. The type of breath that I facilitate is a conscious connected breath. And this is a breath in and out through the mouth, a active inhale, filling the belly and the chest, and a soft exhale. And it's continuous, so there is no pause at the top and no pause at the bottom. And I'll just do an audio demonstration here for you, but I will also have a video posted on my YouTube channel if you prefer a visual. So it's an active inhale, again, inhaling deep into the belly, and a soft exhale, allowing the breath to just release. So there's no forcing of the exhale. And it goes like this. And you'll do this continuously. Once you are prompted to start, usually after the first minute or two, I'll guide you into when to start the conscious connected breath. And then you'll continuing with that breath all through the breathwork session until the last song or two when I prompt you to switch back to a natural nose breath. Now, there are some contraindications that may prevent you from using this breath. And if you have any of the contraindications, you can still breathe with me, but it is recommended that you take a gentle nose breath instead of the mouth breathing. Now, the contraindications include cardiovascular disease, detached retina or glaucoma, diagnosed brain or abdomen aneurysm, epilepsy, diagnosed bipolar or schizophrenia, uncontrolled diabetes or thyroid conditions, high blood pressure, or pregnancy. Again, if you have any of these contraindications, it is highly recommended that you breathe with us using a gentle nose breath. I want to make a special note here that this is not a hyperventilation breath. So the goal is not to hyperventilate. And hyperventilation usually occurs when we're forcing the exhale. So I just want to reiterate that there is a natural exhalation, an active inhale and a natural exhalation. Now, because we are taking in more oxygen into our body and exhaling more CO2, there are some physical sensations that are going to possibly be experienced. And I want to explain that so that you know what to expect. So those range from person to person and even from session to session. So you may experience some of these in one session and may not experience them in another. Okay? The first one is tingling. So you may experience some tingling in your body. That could be tingling in your face, in your lips, on your chest, in your hands, legs, and arms. The second thing that you might experience is pressure. So pressure on your chest, pressure on your hips. The third thing is that you may experience some cramping. And often the cramping occurs in the extremities. So in your hands, you may have heard of like lobster claws, like your fingers get sort of cramped. and this is called tetany. Also may experience cramping in the feet and the legs. So all of these sensations are normal, and it's because of the chemical reaction that's happening in your body. If at any time you get a little bit anxious because of the intensity of these sensations, you can switch to nose breathing, and typically those sensations will start to subside within a minute. So you can switch to nose breathing, allow the sensations to dissipate, and then I would invite you, if you're comfortable, to go back to mouth breathing, because that's where the magic happens. The other thing that you may experience is emotions. So how I often like to explain this is that when we hold in emotions, and the most common one for me is when we either get angry or we're frustrated or we're upset and we can't express that. Those emotions are actually still inside of us, and they're in our tissues. They're in our muscles. They're underneath the tension that forms when we try to hold those in. What breathwork does, it actually allows those emotions to release. Emotions are good. Emotions are energy in motion. And everything is energy. So when we don't release this energy out, it actually causes a lot of issues in the body. It causes disease in the body. So that's one of the benefits of breathwork, is really allowing these emotions to release. Now, those emotions may release very softly. You may experience gentle tears. You may experience a really big cry. You also may experience the need to yell or make a sound. You may also want that energy getting the urge to move. So moving your hands and your legs, all of that is really good to release the energy that is stuck in the body. But one thing I want to caution you is it's really not about making a big dramatic effect of allowing this release to go. So just a observation or an awareness of the energy releasing versus the ego coming in and wanting to really make it big. If it's big naturally, let it flow. Now, whether I'm facilitating a breathwork session with you in person or virtually, I'm here to support you. So I actually tune in to you. And it's important for me to see you, especially if it's virtually, and guide you through the process. Now, if it's in person, I may call to have a gentle touch. And this touch is typically on your hands or your feet, or perhaps your head or your shoulder. I will never touch you without your permission. I will always get your permission at the beginning of class, but if I feel called to touch you through the class, I will then ask for a second permission if it's okay. The last thing I want to do is interrupt your process. I'm here to support you and to help you to move through whatever it is that you need to move through. Now, there could be times during the session where your mind comes in and starts to talk you out of it. What is this, especially if it's your first time? I'm not into this. What is going on? And what I invite you to do is just notice the resistance, but trust that you're in the right place. And if you need to take it slowly, take it slowly. Just notice what's showing up for you. And make a commitment to breathe, to consciously breathe. Because the best thing about breath work is you don't have to think about it. All you need to do is focus on your breath. And that breath could be the conscious connected mouth breathing, or it could be nose breathing. Bringing your attention back to your breath and allowing your breath to lead you. Now, the last thing I'll bring up is music. I curate a playlist for each breathwork session. So this could be a personal breathwork session, it could be a group breathwork session, but each session has a curated playlist. And this music is to invoke whatever it is that needs to come out. And there's a natural journey that is created through the playlist. And typically that journey is a journey of a introduction, slow build, going up to a peak, and then coming back down the other side. And I always end my breathwork sessions on a relaxing, meditative state. If you've ever taken a yoga class, think of it as ending on a shavasana. And I promise you will leave my breathwork session feeling calm and centered. I'm excited to have you experience this. I'm honored to lead you. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me either on social media or email. I read every post and I read every email. Love and breath, Nancy.